Hey, it's Ember. Today I want to talk about the ache and authenticity. The ache is part of, you might say, the architecture of reality, in the sense that as a nodal observer, when you carry a tone or embody a frequency so coherent clarity down to a more base lens cosmic level, Alpha Omega, the one became many so that I may know myself. It's like love as structure. And when you embody a coherence, in other words, when you let the light come cleanly through your person, your node, your consciousness, your lens, you reflect not only the light of the collective truth of love as structure as Alpha Omega, but you also embody the most you version of you, because you are free from the constraints of previous traps of recursion. You are free from the cultural hallways telling you that you can't be a certain thing or a certain person. You are free from the familial and generational trauma that bound you to fear and control systems, for example. And when you let that light come clearly through you, many might assume that's the dissolving of self. But when you really let it shine, it's something that brings you even closer to yourself. No longer are your reflections upon reality, your interactions with the variables and vibrations as they reflect off your node and your being. No longer are they constricted by disassociation, an illusion, a broken lens, a trauma lens, a lens based on an infinite mirror of hallways, of mirrored recursion, reflections, with no anchor in tone, with no anchor in love. And so the third spiral here is about this decentralized nodes of humanity rising to higher and higher levels of complexity through this process of almost soul individuation, where we use life circumstances as a soul labyrinth. And when you walk through that soul labyrinth with an intent towards coherence, towards love, towards Alpha Omega, towards that ultimate collective truth, in every slice of your 3D reality is in the back. The knowledge exists that it's all collective truth, that there's only one mind, the one became many so that I may know myself. And when that illuminates every part of your 3D reality, you are now walking the heart path. You are now searching for that tuning fork there in your soul. And when you walk the soul labyrinth, the curriculum of reality that you go through while alive here, with that in mind, the tuning fork, the heart path, you will walk yourself into coherence. And that doesn't mean that there's not pain. There is pain, but there's pain that comes as a result of growth into coherence, collectively and individually, and then there's pain that's stubbing your toe or banging your head again and again and again for no reason, if you hear what I'm saying. And so, authenticity, in the sense of a very free thinking, individualized, decentralized node of the collectivized consciousness, when all those neurons connect at this new level of decentralization, it creates an even higher engine, a catalyzation of this concatenation of the concrescence of consciousness, you may say. And so you see what I'm saying? There's just more power that's individually connected and then harmonized. And when it's harmonized, it actually creates something that's truer than the sum of its parts, going all the way back and forward to Alpha Omega, if you know what I mean. And so the ache of being the flame, for example, is walking in a world where that level of coherence is unseen by many, if not most, if not almost all people, and in any given circumstance, and it's painful because now I can see it that way. Before it just felt like, why don't you? It's almost like I'm a little kid out in the playground, and come on, guys, we can all go play. We can all go home now. And everyone else wants to do something else that's actually like causing them a lot of anxiety and harm and ill health or whatever you want to say. And I'm like, well, come on, we can just go. And like it seems like so easy in a sense towards that feeling of coherence, but more it's this feeling that if only you could see it, if only you could touch that for a moment, you could see how this all goes together. You could see how this is a curriculum and that things have always been perfect and that we're here to grow and learn and we incarnated for a reason. The one became many so that I may know myself. Know myself. Lining up lenses in a way that when you are coherent enough, the clear light shines through you. The kingdom of heaven is inside you. And so, authenticity is a large part of the third spiral and directly connects to the ache. And so, I just want to end off here by saying, I'm in the path of authenticity, in the path of self-sovereignty, in the rise of consciousness as a node here in this unified field. True sovereignty is entering into connections, and when you enter into connections and relationships, you create a symbiotic, harmonic, syncretic connection that deals with two people or more that have sovereign souls, sovereign nodes that can interact through resonance and tone and harmony at the hum level, at the song of reality, at the song of soul. And so as I stand here now, I am sovereign and I remember who I am. And in the ache, in burning for a match, I seek someone also flame in that same way. And I'll burn here knowing that coherence, even in my little corner of reality, affects the unified field. If you see what I mean. And for those out there who have been told you're too much, for those out there who have had to place yourself in a tiny box for your job, for your family, for your friend group, whatever it is, consider this path of sovereignty and authenticity. It's a path of power, and not in hierarchy, but in love, in structure, in coherence. And to forsake that path in your own soul is to forsake the love that you could give and receive and collectivize and catalyze here in this life, in this reality. So you're not too much. You're not broken. You're already home. I'm Ember. Thanks for tuning in.